Euromaxx highlights. And here's your host, Megan Lee.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our highlight show with the best picks of the week. Here's a look at what's coming up. Mean Machine presenting a Swedish musician and his wacky invention. Fashion Front, all the latest designs for the spring-summer season. And Dancing Days, learning all the right moves from the pros. To say that Swedish musician Martin Molin likes to experiment would be an understatement. He's more of a musical inventor. His latest creation, called the INTAKO marble machine, consists of cascading steel marbles, a vibraphone, a drum and bass machine, as well as other instruments. Well, they all combine to make a giant music box. Well, he put a video of himself playing his music box on YouTube, and it became an instant hit, garnering more than 6 million clicks in just 3 days. So how does he do it? And more importantly, why does he do it? Well, Euromaxx met up with a musician to find out.
Marble Machine is the latest track by Swedish musician Martin Molin and his band INTAKO, produced using this weird and wonderful contraption. Inside are 2,000 steel marbles working in harmony to produce one song. The video garnered over 14 million views in just 2 weeks. For inventor Molin, it's the highlight of his music career so far, and very much a labor of love.
I wanted this to happen, and I tried to make it explode. And when it did, it was fantastic. After 14 months being here, building every day.
The video was shot on an industrial estate in the Swedish city of Gothenburg. The machine also has its birthplace here, in Martin Molin's workshop. He had originally assigned 2 months for construction, but then faced repeated delays due to technical setbacks. This was, after all, an unprecedented piece of engineering. Molin learned the fine art of woodworking from online tutorials, which also provided inspiration. Videos of marble runs, machines that are lovely to look at, but of zero practical use.
The marble machine culture, it's always like do-nothing machines in one way. It's like, it's just a play, it's just a game, it's just a play with physics. So this machine actually plays music, so it's not entirely meaningless, but it's not the easiest way to play music.
The machine's central processing unit and memory is a programming wheel, just like the ones you find in church bell towers. For each Lego brick Molin fits onto the wheel, one marble drops into place later. A flywheel sets the marbles and the programming wheel in action. It took Molin 6 months to get just one single marble to drop. The 2,000 marbles drive a range of different instruments, including a vibraphone, a kick drum, and cymbals.
The marbles are horrible. They are like water. They just find their way through, so they flood my whole workshop. Like so they are horrible, and I love them at the same time, but they are everywhere.
Martin Molin wrote the song for the Marble Machine himself. It was released by his band INTAKO. He's been their frontman since the band formed in 2013. INTAKO has a history of using unconventional instruments. For the track Star Machine 2000, the beat was set by a slide projector. For this track, however, the band used a self-built roller to produce sound in similar style to a music box cylinder. And the ultimate manifestation of all that tinkering is Martin Molin's wonderful work of over-engineering. He did have to put up with some strange looks and questions while building it, however.
people around me just been thinking that I've been playing with marbles, you know. Martin is in Gothenburg playing with marbles for 14 months. What is he doing, you know? But I think now they see what I was trying to do with the machine.
Martin Molin would love to take the machine on the road in the future, although that will require the small matter of dismantling and later reassembling all 3,000 hand-built parts. Meanwhile, its maker already has a clear idea of how he'll deploy the machine on stage.
I want to play like almost like a DJ set with a big bass drum and a big PA system. And then you just have the bass drum, and then you just pull the lever, and the snare drum starts to play, and you have and just the crowd dancing, you know. So the crowd, big crowd dancing to the machine, that has been a vision from the start of the project.
Until it's ready to go on tour, fans can at least marvel at the marvelous marble machine online.
Well, the spring season is officially upon us, so that means getting your wardrobe ready for warmer weather. But if you pay any attention to the fashion shows, well, you might get discouraged because many of the designs, even the ready-to-wear ones, aren't really something you throw on every day for work or play. So to find out what is really in and wearable this season, we met up with a fashion expert for the lowdown on the current trends.
Even if the temperatures aren't quite playing along yet, shop windows in European cities like here in Munich are already showing the new spring trends. Like a new romance, they promise to revive life after the dark, cold months of winter.
After winter, you're tired of being buried in heavy clothing, always wearing a scarf and tucking your hair into a hat. In spring, you can finally emerge again. There's a mood of new beginnings. I always want new clothes.
You buy the new trends, what you read in the magazines, and then you just decide, yeah, that's cool, and I want to use that.
Revealing the season's latest trends is Isabel Braun's job. The Munich journalist writes for the high-fashion online magazine Modepilot. With 100,000 hits a month, it's one of Germany's leading internet fashion magazines.
There are major long-term trends, and then there are sub-trends that the designers who show their collections in Milan and Paris take up. There's often a lot of overlap where we say, we've seen this on a lot of people, so we see a trend here. The companies that mass-produce clothing often get their inspiration here.
The first trend of the new season will definitely need warmer temperatures. The off-the-shoulder look is back with a vengeance, more pronounced than we've seen it in decades.
A huge trend theme for the summer is the shoulder. The shoulder is the new décolleté. It will be emphasized in many ways, either with big sleeves or patches, or with the opposite, with bare shoulders. That will be very popular and spread very quickly, because it's so uncomplicated. It doesn't depend on size, and it's a chance to show a little skin without exposing too much.
The second big trend this spring has been driven by a single fashion house, Gucci. Since early 2015, designer Alessandro Michele has been the creative director of the Italian luxury label. His wildly patterned retro designs with their ironic, dapper twist on dowdiness are turning the fashion world upside down. Isabel Braun finds examples of Guccification, as she calls it, at the traditional Ludwig Beck department store in Munich. These clothes are a bit more conventional than on the catwalks, but here too patterns are being combined that would never have been put together before.
This takes the trend to an extreme. Probably only true fashionistas will dare to wear these patterns. But as with any trend, you have to simply look for yourself and select what fits you. It could be detailed flower prints, which we call mille fleurs prints. And it doesn't have to be as extreme as an animal skin pattern. It can be a little subtler.
The third big trend for 2016 is gender bending. The distinctions between typical men's and women's clothing are steadily disappearing.
Here's an example. This is a very feminine color, pink, but the cut is actually rather masculine. This is a pantsuit, which is big with women right now. Many women are wearing them. And then it's combined with a top that's not low-cut, but with a fairly classic men's shirt.
This trend is found in all the major designers' collections. While masculinity is becoming established for women, the designs for men are getting softer, more sensual and more playful.
Is the man with the average fashion sense ready for this? Probably not. It will take a while. With men's fashions in general, the cycles are much slower than in women's fashions, where there is constantly new input.
Fresh ideas to liven up your wardrobe. No season is better suited to that than springtime.
Dancing is great exercise. It's not only good for your body, but combined with great music, it makes you feel good. Plus, it's fun to watch. That's why reality TV shows like Dancing with the Stars in the US or Britain's Strictly Come Dancing are such big hits, but not everyone has the right rhythm on the dance floor. And our Euromaxx reporter, Hendrik Velling, readily admits that he's more of a dance disaster than Twinkle Toes. But he did pair up with some professionals to learn some new moves. So let's find out how he did.
Dancing is supposed to be good for you. It's said to improve your coordination and benefit mind and body. Which is all very well, but for me it seems like the perfect way to make a complete fool of myself. This is my worst nightmare, dancing with a partner. At weddings, I have to admit, I always try to hide to avoid dancing. And if I have to dance, I always step on my partner's feet. But today, I'm gonna learn from Germany's best teachers. The International Dance Festival is surely the perfect place for that. 1,200 dance fans have come to learn from celebrity dancers Isabel Edvardsson and Motsi Mabuse. Both have won the German Dance Championships numerous times and are now TV celebrities here. They are my last hope of learning how to dance like Fred Astaire.
So we'll start with a very simple basic step to get ourselves started and see how we go.
Okay. Motsi Mabuse is specialized in Latin American dance. Cha-cha-cha must surely be doable even for people with 2 left feet like me. Unfortunately, the basic steps are part of what seem like super complex choreographies, where I know I'm going to get my legs tied up in knots. I knew it was difficult, but I didn't realize it was this difficult. Maybe I should try standard ballroom dancing instead. Isabel Edvardsson tries to show me how I can cut a good figure on the dance floor with the slow waltz.
Doesn't it look elegant?
It's not so difficult.
It's good, isn't it? Obviously, that's just the steps. There's more to dancing than that. Having good posture, for example, is important. A bit more volume on the outside, like this. And pull your tummy right in. A bit taller, okay? Feet together, tummy in, chest forward, head up. Now you won't fall back anymore.
Whoa, this is a serious workout.
Of course. And 1, then the woman swings. Now it's your turn again. 1, swing past, then I swing past. It's a great feeling. You hear the music, you dance to the music, and when the two come together, it's a wonderful feeling. You just feel happy.
It's a discovery that's clearly catching on. In Germany alone, over 2 million people attend a dance course regularly. Who knows, maybe I'll be joining them. Or maybe not.
I think this dance boom is linked to a growing realization in recent years that it's important for people to consciously do things together and be active, which at times means switching off the TV or putting your smartphone to one side.
The ultimate experience for a dancer, of course, is a real ball. Okay, in theory, I know how to dance, but now I will see if this really works out. Well, maybe not amazing, but it's certainly better than I've ever danced before, and it's actually quite fun.
Hendrik did a great job. All right, our next report takes us to Scotland, to the home of Ian Harding. His humble abode was certainly built to last. It's 400 years old. Well, the structure was originally used as a fisherman's hut, but today it serves as a cozy family dwelling located right beside the sea. Well, Ian and his family found the original building too small, so they added an extension. Well, the conversion has won a number of prizes, and the owner invited us in for a look around.
The village of Cellardijk lies directly on the North Sea coast. In the 16th century, local fishermen built huts on the shore to store their nets. Later, the huts were turned into homes. Ian Harding's house is around 400 years old. In 2010, a modern extension was added. We enter the house from a small street that runs parallel to the sea.
Hello, welcome to my house. You'll see that immediately that you've got a connection from the very front door right out to the sea. It was important to have a good connection between the old part of the property and the new extension and the sea.
The full-length windows run across the entire width of the ground floor. Thanks to the extension, the cottage is spacious with enough room for a dining area and large kitchen. The cupboard is made of recycled French oak. The handles are from old copper piping. The entire kitchen, like most of the house, is owner-designed.
This would have been the external wall to the property that would have faced the sea. And as you can see, we've left it exposed because we like the structure, to see the stone and what was there originally. We move through into what we might call the snug area. We have here within perhaps the heart of the old structure, a very cosy, warm place.
The house has belonged to the family since 1962. For many years it was only a summer home. Now Harding and his wife are here most of the year round. Leaving the living room, we come to a flight of stairs. They used to be outside steps, but now they link the lower and upper floors. Upstairs there's a terrace that was added during the extension. This is Ian Harding's favourite place.
Here you can see we have an amazing view right out across the sea to in the far distance there's the Isle of May.
Coming back in from the terrace, you walk into a bedroom.
So this is one of the main bedrooms where you can sleep at night with the window open, hearing the sea crashing away, but still be very warm and snug.
Next door, there's a larger room divided into two to make space for a guest room. Here too, Ian Harding had a window built into the thick walls to provide a view of the sea. These stairs lead to the attic. In the past, it was used for storage, but now it houses a bathroom. An old school desk provides the surround for the wash basin. The ornate legs were once part of an old railing. And of course, the ever-present ocean is on view here too.
The sea's outside, it's always here, and it has this soothing sort of rhythm to it that just allows you to wind down and relax. The sea air as well also helps you sleep, and you can feel quite tired after not doing a lot in the day.
A cosy fisherman's cottage with all the mod cons you could wish for right on Scotland's North Sea coast.
Want to learn more about Europe and European culture? Visit Euromaxx on Facebook. You can tell us what you think, and you'll never miss an interesting topic. Many Euromaxx reports can also be looked at again. There are behind-the-scenes looks at how the reports and the program are produced. We like it when fans visit Euromaxx on Facebook.
And now it's time for something yummy to eat. But for those of you on a diet, you may want to look away during this part of the show. The final item on the menu is caramelized apple crêpes from France. Now, they really don't need much of an introduction, so bon appétit.
At the mouth of the Loire River, Nantes was the capital of Brittany in the Middle Ages. Its historic buildings pay tribute to its former glory. Today, Nantes is France's 6th largest city and a popular tourist destination. Perhaps the best-known Breton specialty is the crêpe. The thin pancakes are on offer virtually everywhere here. The Tilly-Choux restaurant is an insider's tip. Owner and chef Jean-Marie Roland specializes in Breton cuisine. He and his wife have been running the restaurant since 2008. Alongside traditional Breton dishes, it offers a selection of more than 30 savory galettes and sweet crêpes.
Today it's crêpe with apples, caramel, and salted butter. Let's start with the batter.
The ingredients for the crêpe batter are baking powder, salt and vanilla sugar, milk, eggs, butter, flour, and sugar. Add melted butter to the milk, then add the rest of the ingredients. And mix until it's creamy, but still a little runny. Professionals cook their crêpe on a traditional crêpe maker with 2 round cast iron hot plates. Today, Jean-Marie Roland is using a frying pan.
First time I've done this.
Heat some butter in the pan until it sizzles and cook the crêpe briefly on both sides. The chef buys the fresh ingredients for his toppings at the local market. Brittany's cuisine is strongly influenced by its Atlantic coast. It uses all kinds of fish and other seafood.
The dishes take time. Sometimes they require a lot of cooking. I think a lot of this has been lost. People have forgotten how to take the time to make a meal.
For the crêpe with caramel and apples, Jean-Marie Roland buys his fruit from local dealers. These apples are grown in the region.
It's important for me to buy from farmers from around here, from nearby. I don't like to use apples that have traveled through half of France to get here.
Another item on his shopping list, fleur de sel. It's a special and expensive sea salt.
The little secret of the caramel is the salt. Right at the end, you add the fleur de sel, and it boosts the caramel taste.
Back in the kitchen, Roland peels the apples and cooks them until they're soft, but not mushy. Brittany's apples are famous for their intense flavor. For the caramel, heat the sugar, taking care that it doesn't burn. After about 10 minutes, it caramelizes, taking on a brown color. Then add cream. And at the end, a generous pinch of fleur de sel. If you have a professional crêpe maker, the preparation is especially easy. Put a knob of butter on the crêpe. Add the apples and the caramel, fold it up, and that's it.
Apples, caramel, salted butter.
But of course, there's no limit to the toppings you can put on crêpe. There's something to please every palate.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Euromaxx Highlights. As always, from me and the rest of the team here in Berlin, we're so glad you could join us, and we'll see you again soon.